Welcome to Skook's Tarot. This is a general reading for July 15th to 31st for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, check your other planets. Now we have in the past position the Ace of Swords. Now this can be anything from a new mental cycle, new understanding, new ideas, more mental clarity, perhaps challenges issued, and basically this is like it's a swords are mental energy. Perhaps you've had all these ideas and things you want to do, and in the present energy you have the Three of Swords, and you have not been able to do it. You've had frustrations, rejection perhaps of the ideas you want to follow. But it's also a thing that through all this mental stuff that you're kind to yourself, that you understand that all things have a cycle, and this too shall pass, as my mother always said to me. And Maya Angelou says, every storm, has an ending. Paraphrasing. And this is an end of a cycle. This is where you've had this burden, where, you've had these ideas, you've had rejection, you've had all this frustration not going your way, and you're going to put that cycle, burdensome cycle down and start a new one. Now let's see what the Ace of Swords has to do. You have the Nine of Swords, which are the woulda, coulda, shouldas. It's the anxiety, the regrets. But then you have the Strength card, because you have that internal ability to overcome. You have that determination. And then we have the High Priestess, which is about intuition, the subtle energies of psychic ability, entering the stillness. So you've kind of had to learn through all this mental stuff you've been through to quiet yourself if you can. And if you do that, then that energy, that mental chatter, that mental beating yourself up with, starts to quiet down. Let's look at the Three of Swords and the current energy. What's up with that? Okay. Like I said, the Three of Swords can be rejection, growth through pain. So we have the Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Page of Cups is about romantic attractions, emotional awareness, possibly good news, psychic flashes, creative inspiration. And it looks to me like you had these hopes and creative stuff, and something happened. Maybe you had someone that you had an affection for, some love prospect, because the Three of Swords may not be about, can't pick up stuff, might not be about love directly, but with a Page of Cups here and a Queen of Cups here, this says to me that you've had some heartbreak, where you came in as the Queen of Cups, they came in the Page of Cups, which says to me they are younger, quite a bit younger, or at least more immature than you. You were mature and, able to give a cup, a responsible adult-sized cup. And they didn't. They couldn't match you. They couldn't match you. This isn't... Sometimes love pops up in the general readings, and you had a choice. You had the Two of Swords here. It was a difficult choice, and it broke your heart. It hurt. It hurt you a lot. Okay, let's look at this burden you're putting down. Okay, you have Justice. Perhaps something wasn't just... maybe the relationship wasn't fair, wasn't equal, wasn't right. It wasn't... They didn't understand that there must be balance and justice and fairness in a relationship. It's about karma sometimes. Self-honesty, accepting responsibility. I think that you're not afraid to admit the mistakes you've made. But you need to forgive yourself and be kind to your heart, okay? And you have the Four of Swords, which means you've been through it. You have this end of the cycle, this burden you've really heavy burden you've been through. And the Four of Swords is about rest and recovery after strife and after stress and all those kind of things. A healing pause, relief, centering practices, this sort of thing. And I see that because you have the Knight of Pentacles, this is a process. And it may take you a while, a good minute, to heal from this stuff you've been recently going through emotionally and mentally. So be kind to yourself. Know that healing takes time, that this is an end of a cycle. This is, you're going to put down this burden and start fresh, okay? Now let's look at the universe has got your back. Oh, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. You know, sometimes we wonder why we go through the stuff we go through. And some of it's, our choices, of course. But whatever choices we make, we are being guided. We're all heading for a point of enlightenment and joy. And it is our birthright to be there. So if you trust in the universe to guide you, and you remember that you have the ability to attach to your intuition and bring it into your awareness. So that's something to remember. Now let's look at the wisdom of the oracle cards and see what additional. The wisdom of the oracle says round and round. And because this seems to be talking a lot about relationships, love relationships, that I wanted to take on this card. And it says, are you wondering, how did I get here again? Has this been a pattern that you've been battling for a while in your love relationships or family relationships, whatever it might be? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person. Now that you've been through it again, and you're going to put down that burden, you're going to start a new cycle, and you are not going to repeat the same old. You have to trust in the universe, listen to your intuition, watch for those things that your gut tells you, and to learn from your past. I hope this helps. I'll talk to you in a few weeks.